Regis Prograis, great to see you. Back in the UK for the first time since 2019.
Yep.
How excited are you to be fighting back in front of the UK fans?
I mean, I'm super excited, man. I came here last time, with fought in the O2 in London, and that was a real big event. I think we did like 20,000 people, so I'm definitely expecting a big crowd here, and I'm excited to be here. And I know the UK fans are some of the best in the world, and I'm glad to be back.
Although it didn't go for you that night against Josh Taylor, did you enjoy the whole experience of fight week and the build-up?
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe I focus too much on the fight week and the build up, and not more than I need to on the fight. But I still enjoyed my time. I did enjoy my time there.
That was a big fight back then. Fast forward 5 years, another big fight for you, Jack Catterall this time. Why is Jack Catterall the right opponent for you at this stage of your career?
Because my goal is to be a 3-time champion, and this is the only thing that's gonna get me to becoming a 3-time champion. Right now, the goal was I was supposed to fight Matias, and then he lost, and then I thought I was gonna fight Power, and then that didn't happen. So they gave me Jack, and I think this is the best opportunity for me right now. Jack is the biggest name without a belt right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why and at the same time it's a perfect fight for both of us. I think in that stage of our career because he wants a belt and I want to be a 3-time champion. So I think that we kind of are made for each other right now.
We saw you tweet on the night of Matias versus Pyro, my plans have been messed up. Just talk to us about your emotions watching that, knowing, like you say, you potentially had that fight next. It must have been quite emotional for you.
Yeah, for sure, man. I was saying, I thought I wanted that fight. That's the fight I wanted. We was building back and forth. A lot of people was talking trash, talking about I was scared of the fight and all that stuff. And then, before the fight, I was like, this is the fight that I want. I want to be a champion again. And then it got messed up, with the power fight. So now, we here with Catterall.
Talk to me about Jack Catterall. This is a fight that has been muted before a couple of years ago. Why did the fight not happen back then from your point of view?
I don't know. We was actually supposed to fight, I think like 2 or 3 years ago. And it just never happened. We was actually signed with the same promoter back then. Now we signed with the same promoter now, but it just didn't happen. And now I guess now is the perfect time.
Talk to me about Jack Catterall, the fighter. Are you a fan of his style and what you've seen?
I'm not gonna say yes or no to that. It is what it is.
What did you make of his win against Josh Taylor a couple of weeks back now?
It was. I think. Well, honestly, it was a close fight. I do think that was a closer fight than the first one, but I feel like they owed him. You know what I'm saying, from the first fight, and that's kind of why. I'm not gonna say that's why he got it, but I feel like that. He did beat him the first time, but this actually the second time was a closer fight. So.
Let's talk about yourself. I think by your own admission, the last 2 fights perhaps haven't gone to plan, even the win over Zarilla. Just talk to us about those 2 fights and maybe why the hunger is there stronger than ever at this stage.
Well, I mean, for me, every time, I don't know why, every time I get the belt, it's like I kind of just don't care about it, But when I don't have it, I grind harder, and it's not even like about grinding harder. It's like I'm mentally, I'm more focused, I guess, and that's for me. Like I said, my goal right now is to be a 3-time champion. That's what I'm focused on right now.
I thought it was very honest of you to talk about the hometown pressures in the Zarilla fight week. I was quite intrigued by that. I think a lot of fighters wouldn't have maybe accepted what comes with a hometown fight, but you was very open and very honest. Now you're the away fighter again, like you say. I guess that allows you to have that challenger mentality, completely different mindset.
Yeah, definitely a different mindset and stuff like that. And not just away from my whole home country and stuff like that. I mean, it goes back and forth, but I rather for this fight, I rather come here, because I understand that I understand the business side of boxing, and I know that it is a bigger fight over here. I think if me and Catterall, we could have did it maybe in the U.S., it might have did that big. But I think here, it will be a bigger fight here.
You took to social media in the last 48 hours. I'm going to read a quote from that from your kids pleading with you to stay.
Yep.
You've now gone away from training camp and you won't see them for a good couple of weeks. Just talk to us about the balance of being a fighter and a father and how you can distinguish the both, because ultimately this is your living, this is your job, and your kids will one day know that if they don't already.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard thing, because I travel a lot, and first I was like, just going a few weeks back, I was in Japan. Then after Japan, we went to New Orleans, and then my wife went to Mexico, and then we went back to Houston. Then I just came back from LA like 2 days ago, and now I'm here, and so my little baby, my little daughter's like, stay. And they was like actually crying and stuff. And I was like, at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't about to come. I really wasn't, because I was in LA and they wanted me to come to this. I was like, man, I'm not about to come. And I talked to somebody, and I talked to a few different people, and they kind of convinced me. I was like, listen, like, this is what you dreamed of. You pray for these times. And so, it is true. It just comes with the territory. This is my life, this is my job, and this is what I have to do. So, with my kids and stuff, I feel like they will understand, and yeah, that's all. I think they'll understand. But this is my life now, and this is what comes with it. This is what comes with the territory, and my family, they just have to understand it. And I'm going back tomorrow, and I'll be with my kids for a few more days until I head back to the West Coast for like a full training camp. So yeah, sometimes it's hard, but it is what it is. It's my life.
I guess that's the motivation for you, not only to become three-time champion, but to continue to provide for your children as well.
No, I'm not even gonna no, because I'm not even gonna lie to nobody. Like, I'm financially, now I'm fine for the rest of my life. Like, I still have money from fights. Like
Yeah.
a long time ago. I don't really need boxing no more, and I invested the right way. So for me, boxing is for me. Honestly, if you really think about it, it really is for me, because it's a dangerous sport, and if you stay in it longer and longer, you might feel the effects of boxing. So now, this is definitely not for my family. This is all really, honestly, this is all for me. I really love this sport, and I am motivated to be a three-time champion. So this is straight for me.
I've always loved your mindset and your honesty, Regis. That's one of the best attributes about interviewing you, and we've had the privilege of in yesteryear. You're coming into Jack Catterall's backyard here.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Do you need the knockout?
Maybe. I might. I don't want to say yes, but at the same time, I feel like, he fought here last time, and, with Josh Taylor, and then Bob Arum, he came up and he said, what he said. So I feel like, I do feel like the judges will be fair, but at the same time, in the back of my mind, you always think like, maybe I do need a knockout. So I'm gonna just go, man. Listen, I'm gonna go out there and do me, and just I feel like if I am who I've been in the past, I won't have no troubles. So that's all I have to be me.
Regis Prograis, thank you very much for your time. We look forward to this fight, August 24th. Just one closing message to the fans who'll be watching.
Man, come out. Make sure y'all come out to the co-op if y'all in Manchester. If not, definitely tune into the zone. I think it'll be a great fight. Not just because I'm talking, but yeah, it'll be a great fight between me and Catterall. We both are aiming for something, and it's not just fighting for money. Especially for me, I'm not just fighting for money no more. I'm actually aiming for something. He wants a title. I want the title the third time. So this is big stakes on the line. I think it'll be a great fight.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.